Good morning.
Good morning, my lady.
Judge.
Good morning, my lady.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.
May it please the court, my lady. Good morning.
Where is the witness? Call the matter, Irene.
Today is the 24th of November, 2021, calling the matter of life Esidimeni Inquest, case number I-001 of 2021.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Van Gerwen.
Thank you, my lady. My apologies for interrupting the proceedings. There is an issue that I just wish to place on record and raise with your ladyship. My lady, you recall that this present witness, Ms. Sinello, deposed to two initial affidavits, A30 and A16, which have respectively become G1 and G2.
Yes.
In my preparation for her evidence, and I'm not sure when the documents were uploaded to case lines, but there was a new section 407 referred to as Inner Sutherland Annexures. And that I understand is the SIU investigator. If your ladyship were to go to section 407, and if one clicks on it, there are...
Just a second, let me go there as you're... Yes, the page is?
my lady, it starts on page 35012. But if your lady were to click on item 407.
Yes, I'm there already.
Yes, your ladyship will note that there are 41 annexures identified.
Yes, I can see that.
QM
it's about 43, not even 40, it's 43.
Yes, I have 41, my lady, so it seems there.
When I look at the index that I'm having here shows about 43.
Well, may it please you, my lady, the one that I'm referring to, the relevant one, your ladyship will recall that on Monday, when the evidence leader read the affidavits into the record, I pointed out that there was a third affidavit.
Yes, which was also read into the record.
Now, my lady, the importance of that is, and if your ladyship would go to page 36516.
Just a second. 36516. 36516.
As your ladyship pleases, that is Annexure G3. That is the third affidavit.
365. Okay.
516.
Miss Marit. Yes.
That's just to identify it. Now, if your ladyship were to go to paragraph 13 on page 36555. I think it is
paragraph 13.
36518.
Yes, I'm there.
13. Your ladyship will note it reads, Dr. Gail Ure from the Waverley facility provided Lenkwani and me with a list indicating the number of MHCUs, their medication profiles and levels of functionality. I attach here to an extract of the aforementioned list marked NCS3.
Yes.
Now, this appears to be the list that has often been referred to in evidence as the list that was used to determine where mental health care users were to be allocated to.
Yes.
If one were to go to page 36555,
36555.
Yes.
ladyship will note that that is stated to be Annexure NCS3, the
But we
list.
can't read this.
Yes, my lady, I can make out there is a name, there is a reference number, then there is a reference to antiretroviral medication, the dosage, then chronic medication, the dosage, and then what appears to be the hospital to which the patient usually attended and the date of the next appointment. But clearly that is not the list. But if one then goes to page 36588.
Let me just make notes as you're talking. Let me just note these pages.
As you lady chooses.
Just a second for me. The first page was page.
The page on which NCS.
You referred me to the first page, then from there we went to this one, which has got this annexure, and from there to the annexure itself.
That was 36518, where paragraph 13 is found.
36518. This is the statement, but you referred me to a page which I opened, but you never said anything about it.
Yes, that was for identification purposes, my lady. 36516.
But the concern here is the annexure, which is mentioned in paragraph 13 of the statement, which is NSC3.
3, yes, my lady, and that's on page.
NSC3. This, in terms of that paragraph, it should be the list.
Indeed, my lady.
It should be the list that talks about, is it the list that talks about the medication or talks about the hospital or NGOs where these patients were taken?
Yes, my lady, it was referred to as the.
Can I go quickly to that paragraph? Yes, you can explain.
It was the list that was referred to as the one prepared by Dr. Gail Ure, which set out the diagnosis, comorbidities, level of functionality, and it was said it also referred to a recommendation as to where the mental health care users had to be transferred to.
In other words, it is supposed to be a list that shows where these people are supposed to go.
Yes, my lady.
Yes, but when we look at the annexure itself, it talks about the medication.
Yes, my lady, but if your ladyship were then to go to 36588.
Yes.
Your ladyship will see it is a page in the upper left-hand corner. It says facility name, Waverley Care Centre.
Yes.
The name of MHCU, first names, surname, and then there's a column for the address, the district, contact telephone, gender, male or female, and then it's cut off.
Yes, I can see that.
The next page is a continuation. So this is a document that was photocopied in various sections. The next block, physical stroke functional disability, then comorbid medical illness, diagnosis, the primary psychiatric diagnosis and other psychiatric diagnosis.
Now, where are you reading?
In the headings, my lady, in those columns on page 36589.
Okay, because I was on, all right.
And if one goes to this, my lady, this appeared to me when I saw it. It appeared to me to be the list.
This is supposed to be what has been referred to as NSC3.
NCS3, indeed, my lady.
Is it NCS, not NS? NCS3. Yes,
lady-
because if you read this, because it also describes, it says on page 36589, physical, functional, or slash functional disability, comorbid medical illness, primary psychiatric diagnosis, other psych diagnosis, including intellectual disability, yes, and then substance abuse, psychotropic medication, and all those, yes. Although the pages are cut.
Yes, my lady. So this appeared to me to be the
And it
list
started with the, maybe this should be a continuation of what has been cut on page 36, but the witness will be able to explain.
Yes, my lady, what I'm getting at is,
Yes,
because of the importance of this list,
yes,
I contacted my learned friend, Ms. Mbuweni, and that was on Monday afternoon late, and inquired whether she perhaps had access to the source document from which this was copied.
yes.
She was able to provide me with a copy by WhatsApp yesterday morning at 9:32.
Yes.
And it is the complete document, my lady, which I submit is an important document. There has been constant reference to it. It is a document which should be uploaded to case lines, but because of the format in which it is a large XLS spreadsheet. So I certainly do not have the technical savvy to be able to do that, but my instructing attorney will be able to do so. My lady, what I'm getting at, or the point that I wish to reach, is this document that was provided contains certain aspects which are at odds with instructions that I received from my client, and I will have to consult with my client on this document before I'm going to be able to cross-examine Ms. Nello. I have no doubt that probably Mr. Sibara and Mr. Makani for Dr. Manamela would also have questions, and there may be some of the other colleagues also have.
Even those who had already cross-examined, because
Indeed,
yes.
My lady. And the suggestion which I wish to make, and I know it will be an unpopular suggestion, and it's not one that I make lightly, is that we upload the document first. We will do it through the office of the evidence leader, and that.
Is it possible that you can liaise with the evidence leaders, and then the document be uploaded today?
Yes,
Okay, so that everyone can have sight of the document. Maybe perhaps what we should do, I don't know, can we excuse this witness today?
My lady, that was going to be my suggestion, that the witness be excused. I know that it takes.
Yes, I can see she's.
Yes, I
will finish.
I understand her frustration, my lady, and
yes,
and I had to
but
deal.
There is nothing that we can do because
yes.
The documents. I don't know whoever uploaded the documents.
My lady, but I submit that once the document is uploaded and everyone has studied it and taken instructions, it will probably expedite finalization of her cross-examination instead of a long speculative cross-examination.
Can I hear Mr. Late? I see his hand is up. Good morning, Mr. Late.
Good morning, my lady. My lady, these documents were uploaded by Ms. Sasha Stevenson for Section 27.
Yes.
They apparently form part of a statement that was done by Ms. Sutherland, Ingrid Sutherland, but not in my case docket. That was done in a case docket in which the SIU investigated Mrs. Mashlangu and Dr. Manamela and Dr. Silabano for commercial crimes.
Yes.
So those annexes do not form part of my docket. Ms. Ingrid Sutherland's
So it doesn't form part of your docket?
Yes, Ms. Ingrid Sutherland's statement in my case docket, A1, doesn't have any annexes to it. So I don't know whether Ms. Stevenson has the correct version of that annexure electronically available already. What the situation is, maybe Section 27's legal representative can advise us in this regard.
But before, I don't know whether is it me who's having a problem. I can't hear you. Just a second, Mr. Po, Ms. Po. Yeah, I can't hear you. I don't know whether the problem is it from my side.
My lady, I've also lost sound from Mr. Late.
Yes, I think Mr. Late.
I'm still here, my lady.
Yes, but I couldn't hear the latter part of whatever you said.
Can you hear me now, my lady?
Yes, I can hear you now because I wanted to inquire as to whether the others are hearing you, and Mr. Van Bergen also had a problem. Yes, you were talking about. Come again?
Those annexes that my learned friend referred to.
Yes.
That forms part of the statement of Ingrid Sutherland.
Yes, correct.
That is not the statement that has been uploaded by myself, and it doesn't form part of my case docket. That is a statement that she made with regards to an investigation of Mrs. Mashlangu, Dr. Manamela, and Dr. Silabano. That forms part of the SIU case docket that had been dealt with or was referred to the SCCU. Those annexes were uploaded to case lines by Ms. Sasa Stevenson of Section 27. I don't know whether she's got the correct electronic version available. If so, it will take much less time to upload it correctly to case lines. If not, then we must go ahead and get the document from Mr. Van Bergen, and then I'll upload it in the new section.
But what about the suggestion now? Number one, do we agree that? I think we can't hear you now. We're lost.
No, I didn't speak, my lady.
Huh?
There's some kind of
okay. Number one, having regard to the evidence of this witness and the annexure as referred to wrongly. Are you talking, Mr. Late? You seem to be talking, so I don't understand.
My lady, I think there might be a delay, so I think we are hearing Mr. Late, but his face is not catching up with his voice. Yes. I think that's the problem.
But we have to find out whether he has been talking, because when I keep on asking, he says, no, he's no longer talking. Mr. Late?
No, I'm no longer talking, my lady.
There's something wrong.
There must be a delay.
Let me find out this. You heard what Mr. Van Bergen has submitted. We agree that given the evidence, this document is important.
That's correct, my lady.
Yes, but what I want us to do, do we agree that I will also hear the others if we adjourn these proceedings until tomorrow, so that everyone, at least by this afternoon, will be in possession of this document, so that they can look at the document, and then we see whoever follows, how do they, if they can be able to cross-examine the witness on the document. And we will also find out as to whether those that had already cross-examined the witness would also like to cross-examine her, before we proceed.
I have no problem with that, my lady.
Okay, and I hope that's what the others would agree with. Can I find out if there is anyone who has got an objection?
My lady, there's no objection from Dr. Selabana's side.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
May it please the court, my lady, no objection. I support the request of Mr. van Bergen.
As please the court, my lady, no objection from my side as well.
Thank you, Ms. Powe.
My lady, no objection from our side. But just to clarify on one little point that Mr. Late made, and that's in regard to the Inga Sutherland affidavit or statement at A1. The annexures that were placed under tab 407 are all annexures in that statement.
Correct.
If you have a look at the statement, it was uploaded without the annexures. All of the annexures are in the footnotes. So if you look at pages 310 and 311, you will see the annexures, and all of those annexures are now in that tab 407. And this we uploaded after checking with the evidence leader on the 4th of October.
Mr. Late?
I agree. The reference to the annexes, but the annexes are not physically part of my case docket. I had a look yesterday in the original case docket, and the annexes are not part of the case docket that I received from the police.
Okay, but the fact that is it the same thing happening?
I think so, my lady, yes.
Okay. The fact that we have got this annexure and we realize that it's vital to these proceedings and it's not even correctly marked. I think we should, this annexure should be properly marked so that all of us, we should know where to get it. This one that is being referred to as NCS3, right? And then I don't know whether Mr. van Bergen, we thank you very much and we appreciate what you have done now. But I'm asking myself, from those other annexures which are on section 407, won't we have also documents that could be vital to the proceedings?
Well, lady, there are important. Well, there are important affidavits amongst them, and there are important annexures as well. To the extent that I have looked at the annexures that interested me, they were correct and readable.
Okay.
So I didn't pick up the problem that was found in.
But we can leave the everything as is now, except to correct this one, NCS3, because it's not properly placed. Maybe Mr. Late will have to look at this one once it is uploaded, as long as it can be properly marked.
Yes, my lady, what I would suggest with respect is perhaps it should be uploaded as a separate document, because this witness will still have to confirm that it is in fact the NCS3 that she had intended to be annexed. At this stage, it appears to me to be NCS3 and not the other document that was marked NCS3. Okay. But she will just have to clarify that in due course.
I hope Mr. Late would agree. Mr. Late?
I agree, my lady.
Okay.
My
so
lady,
on that note, what I will.
My apologies, my lady. My apologies for interrupting you. Perhaps Ms. Mbuweni, on behalf of Ms. Sinello, I don't know if she has anything specific that she wishes to raise.
Yes, I wanted to hear her first now before I.
Thank you, my lady. As my learned colleague had indicated, that this is a document that he wanted to use to cross-examine this witness. Now, my concern was whether our other colleagues who indicated yesterday that they are going to proceed today, whether they actually intended to also refer to to that document, because if they didn't intend to refer to that document for purposes of their cross-examination, can we then not continue with the other colleagues who did not intend to refer to that document today?
The question is, did they see it? Especially because it is not properly marked, as Mr. van Bergen has indicated. It's not properly placed because he read that, and then that is why he came across this problem. So I'm not sure.
I understand what your ladyship is saying. You are saying that there is a challenge with the marking of this document and the way it's uploaded. I understand that. The submission that I'm making is that the colleagues who had intended to cross-examine today and who had not intended to refer to that document, are they not in a position to then proceed?
Okay, but the question is, are they aware of the document? I'm not sure, because that's why I thought if they didn't see the document, right? What if they didn't see it as Mr. van Bergen had done? That is why I don't want us, once we are done, then we go back again. Because this document has been uploaded in a different section. If you hear Mr. Late is saying it was not part of his docket. So I'm not sure. We understand that we have got this annexures in a different section, but the fact that it has been picked up by one of the colleagues, Mr. van Bergen, from a different section, that is why I want them also to look at it and decide. But if they were ready to proceed without it, or maybe they've seen it, it's fine, then they can proceed. But it's up to them, we'll hear them.
Indeed, so my lady.
Yes. Maybe I'm talking for them, let them speak for themselves.
My lady, from Dr. Manamela's side, my lady, would prefer the matter to stand down to tomorrow after we've seen the document. Perhaps maybe it could clear some of the issues. It could then lessen our cross-examination.
Haven't you seen the document as you were preparing yourself?
The concerns raised, my lady, I would have seconded. I will not
No, I'm referring to the documents itself, that it was also not correctly filed as numbered.
I did not notice what my learned friend has noticed. Hence, I'm saying it would be better off if it is re-uploaded properly so that I can then consult properly with my client. My lady, one other thing that in the morning we have tried to
Can I I'm going to give you the chance. I've got two colleagues here. Let's finish one thing and then we'll
It's also about uploading, Malita. I'm just saying something.
Okay.
Yes, we might upload something, but we won't upload it before we verify with the case with the evidence leaders as to do they form part of the document, because normally our client would have letters which are isolated from the reports and stuff like that.
Are those documents are those the documents that you intend using during the cross-examination?
That is the truth. So we have been trying to liaison with the evidence leaders. Unfortunately, I was doing it through Mr. Sbara, so there was a bit of a delay. So I'm saying I will do it directly.
Is it not late for the witness who is already under cross-examination? Because we had agreed that the documents should be uploaded. I mean, when did she start testifying? She started on Monday, ne?
My lady, there will be an issue that will come up through a cross-examination of a colleague that will necessitate us to answer it and also provide document. So in that circumstance, my lady, it is highly improbable for us to anticipate that unless if it formed part of the statement.
Can I request that you clear your concerns with the evidence leader? Let the document be uploaded today. Whatever document that you're going to.
It will be uploaded. We just want.
Because I don't want this witness to be caught up by surprise.
That won't happen, my lady.
Okay.
As the court, please.
All right, Miss. There was Miss Mjerere and then Miss Toka.
As the court pleases, my lady.
Okay. Let Miss Mjerere go first. It's fine. I've noted both of you. Okay, Miss Mjerere.
The court, my lady. I also share the sentiment that the matter should be adjourned until tomorrow, so that we should be given the opportunity to go through the document and see if maybe I can use it as well for purposes of cross-examining the witness.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Ms. Walker?
As the court pleases, my lady. My lady, I've heard that there has been a reference to page number 407, which is the statement of Ms. Rochelle Gordon. And I haven't seen the document. I would also
go there. 407, is it?
It's an affidavit of Rochelle Gordon.
My lady, if I may perhaps assist, the reference to 407 was to item 407, Inge Sutherland's annexures. It wasn't a reference
it was not in relation to the whole statement. It only referred to the specific annexure. Item 7.
407, my lady.
No, it's 407, but the under 407, there are about 43. I said 43 items here.
Indeed, my lady.
In that case, then, my lady, my understanding was incorrect. As far as it relates,
Rochelle Gordon's affidavit, where is it? Because as I'm looking at this relates to Inge Sutherland.
My lady, that's why I'm saying, my lady. Then I had incorrectly because I went to 407, which is page 407 of case 9. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
no. No, we were talking about the index.
As the court pleases, my lady. Now yes. I understand. My apologies.
Thank you. Just before I forget, while Mr. Van Bergen, there was an issue that you raised when you were addressing the court in relation to these items that are under 407, section 407. You said you have got only up to 41.
On my, yes, my lady, my list goes to, no, I apologize, my lady. It goes to 43, but 43 is Annexure QMIS 41.
Yes, that's the one, correct. That's all it's the same as what I have.
Yes.
I was worried that we might not be having the same documents.
Yes, no, it is the same. Thank you, my lady.
No, thanks. It clears it. We have got the same documents. I think everyone has got all those documents.
As your ladyship, please.
All right. So on that note, maybe the witness will just bear with us. This is what we experienced. We don't have a choice. We'll have to please see to it that you liaise with each other. Mr. Late, together with Mr. Van Bergen and Ms. Mboweni, and even Ms. Stevens of Section 21, just see what suits you best so that the document can be uploaded as soon as possible.
My lady, if I may be of assistance, as I indicated, Ms. Mboweni forwarded the document to me by WhatsApp.
Yes.
I can forward it to the evidence leader by WhatsApp, and it may perhaps be unorthodox, but it can perhaps be sent to all the colleagues by WhatsApp.
In the meantime, yes.
In the meantime, which will give them the ability to start looking at it.
Yes, while in the meantime, you can just decide as to who can have the hard copy of the document and see to it that it is uploaded.
As your ladyship pleases.
Okay, Mr. Late.
My lady, it will be much easier if my learned friend can use the share function of his WhatsApp to share it with my email address.
Okay.
Then I can use it like that. But with WhatsApp itself, it will be quite difficult to handle it.
Okay. So while you also see if you can't fast track the whole process. All right. The proceedings will therefore be adjourned. Where is the witness?
Yes, the witness.
I can see that today.
She's tired because she's an old woman.
Come again?
I said it's a witness who's really tired of driving from Krugersdorp to the court every day and being a 67-year-old.
Don't worry, it's going to end not long. And I don't see you staying for more weeks like Dr. Mkachwa. You bear with us, and please, we appreciate your presence in this hearing. Can you please just bear with us? Come back. You want to be here tomorrow morning so that we can proceed. Thank you very much.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
The court will therefore take an adjournment until tomorrow morning. Thank you.
May it please you, my lady.
Yes, please the court, my lady.
Does the court please, my lady?
Yes.
Yes, the court, please, my lady.
May it please the court, my lady.